Hello YouTube. In today's episode, we're going to talk about the exposure triangle. This is a video that's been done by many other channels, but I'm going to attempt to explain it to you in 2 minutes in terms that you're going to understand, not getting into the unnecessary scientific details of what they are. The exposure triangle is 3 things: ISO, shutter speed, and aperture. When you first get your camera, your digital SLR or mirrorless camera, they're all going to have the ability to adjust those 3 things. ISO is, think of it as a dimmer switch on a light bulb. The only difference with that and the dimmer switch scenario is the higher you push ISO up in number, the more degraded, grainy, pixelated your images become. So you, as a brand new photographer, you want to keep that ISO as low as possible. That's sometimes called a native ISO to the camera, but with most cameras, it's ISO 100. The second thing that you want to be mindful of is shutter speed. Shutter speed for most photography and most photographers is the least important. And I'm sure I'm going to get some hate comments below, but truly it's the one that I don't look at as much when I'm shooting. Shutter speed is how fast or for how long the shutter is open. So a camera does this. In high light situations, you're out shooting pictures at noon, your shutter is probably going to be in the thousands. This is one way that you can regulate how much light is touching your sensor. The third thing is aperture. This is really important for photographers. The lower the aperture is, the blurrier the background of your image is. So you may, as a new photographer, you may see that portrait mode in your iPhone or portrait mode in your smartphone, and it blurs out that background. It's very similar with aperture. The lower aperture goes, the more blurry the background is. And it's like a plane. So if my subject is in the middle here and my aperture is really low, like 1.4, 1.2, the plane of focus is razor thin. So maybe even this eye is in focus, but because the person's head is turned, this eye is out of focus because the aperture is so low. It's something to be mindful of. But for most photographers, what they do is shoot with the most open or lowest number aperture to get that blurry effect, because most people like that look. Those are really simple, easy ways for you to understand what these are. ISO, changing the sensor, making things brighter unnaturally. Shutter speed, how long the light touches that sensor. And then aperture, how much blurriness is in the background of your image. That's it. That's today's lesson. If you have questions, please leave them below. I know these are very simple, but the other thing that I would like you to do is, what's something that you're struggling with? Put it in the comments below. Thanks so much. And if you're so inclined, please like and subscribe. Have a great day.